Hello everyone. Hi. Hope everyone's week is going very well so far. So for today, I will just be chill playing, streaming, farming on Wuthering Waves. I have a story. Story I never thought I would be a part of. Because I'm very careful for this particular story to never happen in this lifetime. But nonetheless, it happened. And I had to deal with it yesterday. Yeah, I was not expecting for it to actually happen. So I'll talk more about that and go from there, I guess. So let's just start. Because I don't know how to tell the story other than to just recount. Just to recount what happened yesterday. Okay, so yesterday, right? Start of the week. You know, I woke up early and I was very good. I wasn't procrastinating or anything. Yesterday while I got ready for work. And in fact, I left 10 minutes early. I left 10 minutes early for work. And I was like, oh great, I'm gonna arrive work early. I could probably like get some Duolingo in. I could draw or something, or maybe just nap, you know? You know? Good things, you know, good things. Good things. And then hold on while I Hi Kitsunoire. Hi Kitsunoire. Hi, you're just in time to hear me talk about my unexpected story. Really unexpected story. And yeah. I am set. Yes. Sit down. Yeah, sit down. Hi Zuri. Thanks for joining in. Yep, I took care of that real quick. Alright, so basically what happened to me was I woke up this morning. I woke up this morning. I was a good person this morning, you know? You saw the notice I had to join. Thanks for joining in. Now, because like, I need to get this off my chest. Because this was not what I had in mind after a very nice chill weekend. You know, the first weekend in a month since I had proper rest and time to myself. So, yeah, so... Oh, jeez. I woke up early yesterday for work, which I try as I might, is not a thing that happens all the time, you know? And so I'm like, oh yes, I left 10 minutes early. I'm gonna arrive 10 minutes earlier or even sooner because, you know, I can beat the traffic and all that lovely things, you know? So I was literally, I reached a junction, a big junction. But I keep hearing like a noise. I don't know if it's my end. Oh yeah, I have a chat alert because I have one screen. Only one screen, so this helps me keep up with chat. So if you see me just chatting and replying to you and then I'm not moving in the game, it's because I'm chatting. I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, so basically, I drive to work and it's usually like a 40-minute drive, right? You know, pretty good, right? 40-minute drive to work. And so there's this one particular junction, yeah, like really right after the junction is where my office is. And it's a heavy traffic T junction. There's always lots of cars crossing that T junction, and you know, like, I was feeling good because it wasn't so hectic on that day. 40-minute drive, but in Malaysia is hard. It depends. It depends. It depends. So, it can be hard, but luckily for that 40 minutes, right? The only parts that are like really congested is I have to pass one particular toll which is always congested, and then there's one particular like flyover because it's only a 2-lane and the flyover is for quite a bit. So if there's accidents or someone being crappy on that flyover, then of course it's going to be jammed for me. But I digress. So right, at the major T junction, right, It was a red light on my lane. So, you know, as a good citizen, I stopped my car, right? So I stopped my car, I checked the time on my phone, and I'm like, oh great, I am 10 minutes early. And then, all of a sudden, my car jolts forward. And I was like, what just happened? And like, I also heard like a crash from behind. But you know, like,
good. There's no time
like
to waste.
you don't believe it until you actually see it. and to my right, yeah, so to my right I saw a motorbike that stopped near my back wheel, my rear light. And like the guy was leaning his foot on the ground, like he wasn't actively like trying to ride the bike. And I saw broken pieces of stuff on the road, and I was like, oh no, what happened? I mean, I know what happened, but you know, like, it can't be me. It's one of the scenarios where like it can't be me, but it is me. It is me. A very unfortunate me. And so I was a bit shocked at first, but when I got off the car and I saw the damage to the back of my car, I was pissed. Yeah, I got hit. I got rear-ended, you know, and not by one, but by 2 motorcycles. You know, because like, you know, Malaysians are just that generous. You know, like, oh, you have a car that's never been in a major accident. Great, we'll feed you 2 motorbikes to end that streak. And it's, you know, it's like, oh, I was downright angry, man, because clearly it was the motorbike's fault, you know, and like I was also in shock. I was just thinking about, oh my god, but does my insurance cover this? Oh my god, like how much would the repair cost? And I'm like, I cannot let these motorcycle people like flee from consequences, you know, because that's the thing that happens. You know, how did the person rear-ended you? And 2, let me tell you how it happened. So yeah, when you try to fight that in court, yeah. Luckily though, I guess in a way the situation was in my favor because it was a red light, my car stopped, and literally there was no other way for my car to get damaged unless something rear-ended me. So the start, like, of course I didn't see what happened, right? Because it happened behind my car. And so I was just blurred, like I didn't know what happened. So I got out of the car, I saw not 1 but 2 motorcycles, and then like the 2 guys riding the motorcycles was just talking among themselves, and I'm like, hey, like could you like tell me what happened, you know? And then just in the middle of that, as they were moving their bikes away, the red light turned green and all the cars were moving, and then among both of them, completely ignoring this Asian girl here, like trying to get the attention, they ignored me and they said, okay, we'll go to the front after the traffic light and we'll discuss there. And I asked them, okay, front where? You can't just say front and expect me to know where front where, you know? And they're like, okay, hurry up, just move, you know, just move. No, because I was angry. They did not run away. So what I did is I saw they were about to move, and I quickly got in my car, and with my eyesight alone, I tracked them as far as the next traffic light, and I saw them did a U-turn, which was unusual. They didn't, and it was a good like couple of minutes from like where the accident site was already. And I'm like, are they not planning to stop? Like, what's going on? And then they did a U-turn. I lost them for a bit, and then I saw, after I did the U-turn, I looked down like down the road, and I didn't see them like in the distance, so I knew they stopped somewhere in between. Yeah, you know. And so, okay, so the lane that I was driving in, on my left was a bunch of warehouses from different companies, and they always had out front the motorcycle parking lots, right? And I was just eyeing all the parking lots. It's like, I just need those two familiar figures in my eyesight. And I found them. And I drove into the parking lot. And I shouted for them. It's like, hey, you two, I need to speak with you two. And I could tell from their faces that they were hoping that I would let it go. You know, because they weren't concerned about me. They weren't concerned. It's like, hey, we lost that girl, you know. But I caught them. And there were 3 witnesses. 2 of them which are like their office colleagues, and one of it was their security officer there. And I'm like, you know, like, I was literally speechless. I literally cannot remember what I said to them, but I told them, it's like, you know, you cannot just run off like that without telling me, you know. And they try to brush it off, saying it's like, oh, but we already said it out front, in, like, you know, after the junction, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm done with it. I'm done with your excuses. Give me your phone numbers and your ID. I took a picture of their ID. I took their phone numbers, and I looked at their ID, and I was, I don't know why, but looking at their age on the ID disgusted me to the core a little bit because of their attitude about the situation. One of them was born in 2003. The other one that looked older was born in 2005. Yeah, they tried. They really did. And these young motherfuckers didn't think I was tenacious enough to find them. Okay, so the 2003 guy, yeah, super young, you know, the 2003 guy, I think he saw I was really angry, and he's like, okay, here, like, you know, here's my details, what, like, he kind of, I can tell he kind of gave up trying to run away. I'm like, okay, if you want to make a police report, go ahead and make it. Yeah, they ran. They tried. Or at least they hoped that whatever they were doing worked, you know? I knew it was going to happen. It was like a gut feeling. And man. So I got their numbers, I got their ID. The 2003 guy kind of gave up and said, hey, you can go ahead and make a police report and you can claim insurance and stuff. I told him straight up, sure, I can claim insurance, but in the end, I need to check what my insurance cover and what it doesn't. And best believe, like, the remainder that is not being covered by my insurance, I'm charging it on you guys. You know? Like, no way in hell am I paying this out of pocket when it's your fault. So the 2003 guy kind of like kept quiet, looked like the victim, which I want to throw my shoe at. And the other 2005 guy, which looked older, he kept quiet. Like, he gave his ID, he gave his number and everything, but he just kept himself small. He didn't make any fuss. He didn't say anything. He didn't look at me. And then come to find out, the story was Mr. 2005 rear-ended Mr. 2003, which rear-ended me. Now, I'm sure if people are familiar with motorcyclists in Malaysia, you would know that at every red light stop, if you're the first car in that lane, you will see a whole drove of motorbikes will come to the front of the traffic light of the lane because they cannot stand being behind a car. I don't know what is the logic behind that. I don't know why they have to camp at the front of the lane, you know? And they will take any chance to cross the lane, even if it's red or green or yellow. Yeah, I know. These two, Mr. 2005 and Mr. 2003, may as well be kids to me, man, because I am 96. So I am very close to having auntie energy, you know, and yesterday, that was pretty much the energy I was carrying. Man, 79 years. Yeah, like I guess same for me and you, around there. So like at that point, once I got their details right, I felt myself crumble inside, like my self-preservation crumble a little bit, because okay, I got the identity of these people. So if I want to find them, I have their address, I have their phone number, I have their photo. So my defenses crumble a little bit, and I was about to cry. I was seriously about to cry. And like my right light was busted. I have to change 2 of my fenders after this, and like the cost, if I have to pay up front, is going to be a lot. And no one can afford to pay up front straight away 1,500 ringgit. No one, unless you earn 5k a month or something, and it's like your monthly shopping money or something like that. Suri's preparing to sleep. Well, I should have brought your slipper out. Yeah. Kitsune year 2004. Oh my lord. Yeah, because although it didn't look a lot, but somehow the impact kind of loosened / broken the connecting parts of the fender, the back fender, so I have to get them changed. So I'm like, when I heard and I went to like the car dealer, the car brand, that official repair and body shop workshop, and they quote me 1,500, like prepare to dish out 1,500 for the lights and the fender. And if I were to take insurance like straight away with them, it will be a 1-month process, and I might have to leave my car there for at least 2 months. And I was like, fine. No, not 2 months, 1 month. You better pay 1,000 each, the extra 500 for mental abuse. Oh my god, I wish, man. I wish. They didn't pay, in my I think panic state, I called my team leader, my work team leader. They didn't pay, yeah, but they're about to. They will pay if it comes to that, because so I called my team leader, and I was a little bit panicked. I say, okay, what do I do now? And then they say, okay, go and file a report at the police station. There was one, luckily, like 10 minutes. I can catch their asses. I have their fucking ID. If okay, the reason I didn't charge them there and then was because I am one, I report to police already, so it's on record. I have the police report with me, and 2, I'm gonna claim insurance because at least for me, as violent as I may sound right now, I'm not that confrontational. So, and it's also, if there's more things I can handle on my side, then the less I have to kind of third party with them and prolong the process. So insurance, it's like, okay, we're gonna get this done with insurance. And then when I heard that my insurance might not cover all the damages and the replacements, I'm like, okay, the remainder I'm going to charge these fuckers. Like, no way, and like, no way am I going to bear the cost, So yesterday, I told my team leader, I told my boss, and they're like, okay, take the day off if you need to. And I took the day off yesterday to call up my insurance agent, call up a few other workshops to see like what they can do immediately and stuff like that. And ultimately, like, because I intend to use insurance, I have to wait for my insurance agents to come back. As cottage cash jazz, I followed to record the video. Oh man, I wish after a good night's sleep, I really felt like, oh, I wish there was more that I could do to like make things better for myself right now. But I think it was the best that I could do at the time. I did the police report. I called my insurance agent. I got the photos and everything. Oh, one tip. If you're in Malaysia and if you're in a road accident, don't make the mistake I did and just take their ID. Please take also their vehicle number, because that is the one that the police officers were asking me about pretty adamantly. It was like, hey, do you have at least their number plate? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I was only like a quarter of brain from accident to police to police place. So I also take their CC number and bank account. Yes. To have a cam in your car always. Yeah, I don't have a cam in my car. That's the sad thing. I don't know if I. It's just another investment that I'm like just. Yeah, maybe. I'll have to see what I can afford, as well. Like, it's on Shopee. Yeah, I know. Shopee has everything. But yeah, so I think by the time I settled with the insurance agent, I decided what I wanted to do. I was like, okay, by then it was like 11 a.m. I was still at the workshop. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drive home and fix the the rear light that was wrecked. Because I learned that you cannot expose like a cracked rear view mirror to water, because water would get in, and then when it evaporates, it'll condensate in the light. Yeah, so I drove home like an old lady. Luckily I could still move the car. That was very fortunate. That like the fender came off a little bit, but it was not disrupting driving or anything. There was no shaky parts other than the connectors that were coming off the fender. And so I drove home safely. I reached home. I immediately got plastic and duct tape, and I wrapped the rear light in the plastic, because I don't know what's the repair plans, whether they're just gonna change. I don't know whether they're gonna change the entire light. I don't know if they're just gonna use resin to fix the damn thing. So yeah, so I got home, I did that, and then literally like at least part of the baggage was off my shoulders by then. After I wrapped that light, I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. I'm not doing shit. I got the day off anyway, so hi Nor. Luckily, like I wasn't injured. Found you through a streamer, forgot her name, must not be important. Thank you. Like, I saw that you were followed. I remember your name because that's such a nice sounding name, Noir. So yeah, I did see your name, I think, somewhere in my activities, but yeah. So anyway, the last of the story is when I after everything, I changed out of my work clothes. I made myself lunch. And I put away like the packed lunch I was supposed to have for work, and I made myself some pasta, because the weekend before I cooked a big batch of tomato sauce for pasta. So I had that for lunch because I just wanted something comforting. I wanted comforting food. So, and then I was like, from then until like 6 p.m. I was just in a blur. I was in a very blurred state. I ate lunch around like 12 at that point, at 12, and then I ate again around 3 o'clock. But like, I went and bought McDonald's in my car. I drove to a McDonald's and I ordered fried chicken and 2 orders of medium-sized fries. And by the end of that meal, whatever adrenaline I had was being used to digest that big lump. I wish I have a spa day, man. I just need someone to come massage me or something, you know, and like get all the knots out. So yeah, I had a Big Mac D meal. I took a 1-hour nap somewhere in there. And like it helped a lot because like after coming home and after like even after coming home and fixing the light, I had really, it wasn't, I can only describe it as heart palpitations. And it wasn't the kind that was really quick. It felt very normal, but it was this odd experience where I could hear it, I could feel it, even though it sound like I could hear it and feel it more, like very much heightened. And it was very uncomfortable because I couldn't relax. So like after I ate that Big Mac D meal, I thought, it must be the adrenaline. So it was only after that big meal, some of the adrenaline was used to digest my food. I had slight indigestion because I ate so much food. But then by like after I showered for the night, that was when I could calm down a little bit. Oh, and gaming helped. Yeah, true. Fight or flight mode. And somehow like I was gaming like after the big meal, after the nap and everything, I was gaming. Yeah, gaming somehow helped. I was playing Star Rail's new storyline. I finished the storyline actually. Because the first half, which I streamed last week, was pretty like there was a lot of plotting, a lot of not so much things going on, just some development here and there. But in the second half of it, it was so exciting because like it was how to say, all the pieces came together. There was better story progression and like the big reveal, you know, of what the story is about. So I enjoyed that a lot yesterday, and I was like, okay, good, the game's done. Imagine playing race car games after the experience. Holy shit, you don't know half of it, man. I woke up today dreading driving to work. I literally almost panicked while driving to work because not only going to work, it was raining really heavily this morning, and at every overhead like road, all the motorbikes were camping underneath to shelter from the rain. And then when I hit halfway through, there was an accident on one of the flyovers, which is the route I take to work. And would you have it, that accident involved 4 motorbikes and 1 car. And then oh man, and then like I turned the corner and I reached at the same cross junction where I had the accident. And I tell you, I nearly stepped on the gas when a motorbike came zooming past me on the right. Decides to park backwards into a parking spot that is facing a wall. Still gets rear-ended. Yeah, today there was... Hi, Kin. You missed the story of a lifetime. Oh, man. Yeah, today there was so many accidents on my route home too. There was... on the very same flyover. Mind you, this flyover gets a number of accidents per week. And the very same flyover I take home, there was one accident, and it was 1 car and 1 big motorbike, right? And then there was another accident, supposedly near a bend to go out of the highway. But by then, the car was already put to the side. Everything was cleared, but the car had its emergency lights on and stuff. So I'm like, okay, thank God, at least that one has been cleared, right? And then I got on the highway to go back home, and there was another two cars with motorbikes accidents happening. One of it was pretty bad, and another one is like, I think nothing terrible happened, but like the car had the tire something going on or something or other. So yeah, today itself, I witnessed at least the results of 4 accidents, road accidents. What did you miss? Well, should I tell the story again, guys? Okay, like you can probably watch the monetization in the vault later. But long story short, I got into an accident yesterday. Not on I was not at fault. It was two young people on motorbikes who don't know how to control themselves. So I got rear-ended. I had to chase them across 2 traffic lights and confront them that, hey, you guys knocked my car and you guys can't run away. And I had to make a police report. I went to a nearby workshop to get a quotation on how much to get it fixed, insurance information, what I can get claimed and stuff like that. And I had to call out my insurance agent. And ultimately, luckily, no one was injured. Begrudgingly, the 2 motorcycles were freaking fine. You know, like the fucking boulders that they are. I mean, one of the motorbikes, the only injury to one of the motorbikes that I noticed was that the one that actually rear-ended me had one of its mirrors broken. Like the whole thing snapped off, and I'm like, that's it. That's it. Like they could ride their they could ride their motorbikes normally after that, you know, for how they tried to run away from me. So I had to chase them down. Luckily they didn't run away too far because they actually worked in the building opposite to my office, so I know where they work, so I can actually go and find their HR if they're not complying. If they're not complying about compensating me. So yeah. So the entire morning yesterday was just, mind you, from 8 o'clock right up to I think 11 o'clock, this was what I had to go through. How old are they? One of them was Mr. 2003. Another one of them was Mr. 2005. Okay, bye Noir. If you're going to sleep, have a good rest. Stay safe on the road if you're driving anywhere. Okay? Oh man. So yeah, they were young, you know, like I asked for their ID because like I know I'm not going to be able to be I wasn't going to be of sane mind to actually ask them for the necessary information and such, and I need to contact them and I need to be able to ID them. So I got their ID number. I got a photo of their IDs. I got their phone number and stuff like that. I got as much information as my mind could possibly comprehend at the time. So by the time all the thing outside was done, like I drove home and basically tried to cope with the whole thing. I ate 2 meals. I played games. I took a nap, and I think I did yoga. I think I did. Yeah. You know, just very self-soothing activities. Yeah. And then, like, yeah, I was lucky that I could take a day off to figure things out and like calm down after the fact. So that was my adventure. It was in that yesterday in the moment. It was a sad. One of the sad things was like I couldn't call people. I mean I did call like my team leader for advice and stuff like that. I called my dad to ask about the insurance and things like that. But I couldn't call anyone just to say, hey, can you just sit here with me and help me calm down? Because like everyone's at work. It was working hour. Like, you know, like I knew I couldn't call anyone. So I had to self-soothe somehow, you know. Thank you, Haikin. I need hugs. I really need hugs. So just dealing with the aftermath was taking so much energy, just so I don't explode into hystericals. Yeah, thanks, Haikin. So at least, yeah, at least today, the worst, I would say the worst of it is done with, because like in the morning, my biggest worry is whether it's safe or not to drive to work, because I was worried of being in other accidents, and it was raining heavily, so you know, like, accidents tend to happen. So I made it to work fine. Luckily, I made it to work fine, even though I was slightly late, a little bit late. And like, luckily, like, just getting in the motions of working, like just working, got me back into my calm state, because I had things to do at work. And like, my colleagues were asking about me as well, because they probably heard from my team leader about what happened. And luckily, through all that, and with the busy schedule I had at work, I could calm down enough to even drive back home. But you know, it didn't help that on the way home there was a couple more accidents. And I just decided, you know what, maybe for this quarter, the Grim Reaper just decided to park its butt in this area. You know what? And I am lucky somehow the Grim Reaper avoided me or missed me. I don't know which angels above is protecting me from this Grim Reaper, but this Grim Reaper can go back to hell. Like, really go back to hell. Like, stop hanging around this area. Because I've been driving this particular route for, at this point, 4 months, and literally in this 1 week alone, there were more accidents in all the other months combined. And I am so not here for it. I don't want. It's prop and intern. Yeah. Or a psycho. You know, one of those death obsessed people. I feel like really suited for the job, but you know, you're practicing in the wrong area. That's what it is. You're practicing in the wrong area. That's what, yeah. You know where professionals need to have license to not only practice in a certain area, but maybe practice a certain specialty and stuff like that. This particular intern of a Grim Reaper did not get the memo to not touch this place, because naturally people will start affecting one another. just because of how stupid human beings are. So like, always on that particular flyover and particular highway that I have to take to work, I have to be extra careful. I cannot distract myself. I have to pay attention to the roads, because not only are cars dumb, not only are motorcycles dumb, some of the car drivers are also pretty dumb. And like, lorries and transport trucks also use that highway and flyover as well. Like, so it's actually a very active traffic area. And which is why I try to go as early as my body allows me to. Because I am not a morning person. Nada. I probably, for every introvert like me, we set at least 3 to 4 alarms to wake us up. Like, my pattern is a little bit different when I'm setting up alarms. I set it up every 10 minutes, because somehow that's enough time for me to get annoyed and actually wake up. So I set it at 6 o'clock. It was set at 6 o'clock, 6:10, 6:20, 6:30, and because 6:30 is actually the time I plan to get up, so I set up my alarm that way. And the alarm is, at first, you know, like, I wasn't particular about the alarm sound, but there were a couple of times I actually slept through quieter alarm sounds, which has gotten me in some not nice situations with my boss. Jokes aside, I'm glad they're okay. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm okay too. I'm glad that I'm okay too. Yeah, like after everything, I was also pretty glad that I didn't get injuries. I was a little bit begrudged that the motorcyclists. I mean, I'm not wishing them to have any injuries or whatnot, but it was pretty. It was. I felt a little bit offended that my car was the one that has to go through injuries and not their motorbikes. Other than that one rearview mirror for one motorbike. But yeah. Luckily nothing happened. I had my seat belt on like the diligent driver I was. Luckily too, because I could have knocked my head on the steering. That was how hard the motorbike actually rear-ended me. So all in all, an adventure that I didn't need. Yeah, it was an adventure I didn't need. So yeah, that was a day that I did not ask for, but I received, and it will forever. I swear to God. At this point, I'm still speechless at how it could happen to me. Like, I think it's pretty much the same for everyone who has not been in these kind of road accidents. They'll be like, how could this happen to me? Because I am very diligent with road safety. I really am, because I do not want to deal with government officials like police, ambulance, medical professionals, you know, because that just gives me additional stress, which I don't need in my life. It's stressful just living on its own, you know? I don't need stress from stuff like that and from people like that. So yeah, I'm still a little bit speechless. Thank you, Hikin. Oh, it's so nice to get hugs for this. So now I feel like I can accept that it happened and I can move on. I can move on from this event. At least emotionally a little bit. I mean, I still have, like, once my car actually gets fixed and all the payments are done, only then will I feel a sigh of relief. And you know, with insurance claims and stuff and repairs like this, it's probably gonna take a month. And it's very probable, based off some of my friends, repairs alone, I probably have to leave my car at the workshop for like 3 to 5 days, depending on how fast or slow the workshop works. So yeah. So at least that's not too bad. Like right now, I think the more important thing is that I am waiting on my insurance agent to clear any like negligence on my side with the police report that I filed, and you know, get a better understanding on where I stand in the situation. I'm clearly the victim, at least by my eyes and my account of my story. But they just need to get it written down. They just need to get it checked, and then they will let me know what I can, like how much I can claim, and I can claim for what kind of repairs or parts, and stuff like that. And then they'll give me a list of what they call panel workshops, where I can go to the workshop, get it fixed, get my car fixed, and then the workshop will deal with the insurance claim paperwork. Usually that is how it goes. So once that happens, then it's fine, right? But if there's additional payment that needs to come out of my pocket, I need to contact these two knuckleheads and get them to pay me back for that amount. So I'm hoping it's not gonna take more than 2 months. Like already, like this month is gonna be busy by itself with me working, because I have to take over a couple of people's job tasks because they're leaving the company and stuff like that. So peaceful weekends no more. No, I will make sure I have peaceful weekends. I you know, like every working adult, peaceful weekends is what we live for. Oh my lord. Oh jeez, I hate when this enemy becomes this mode. Whoosh. Oh lordy. I hate it when it does this.
Get lost.
Ah! I literally... Oh. Great.
Unleash the fangs.
Sorry, I just need to focus for a bit for that one. Ugh. So yeah. I mean, the only... I guess one good thing came out of it. At least the silver lining was that I get to spend the rest of the day yesterday in bed. and playing games. So in that sense, I made, like, by playing games, I did a little bit of journaling, I did some yoga, I ate very, very well yesterday, and at least I got a lot of my anxiety under control because of that. So today, even though I was really scared driving into work today, especially with the heavy rain, at least, you know, like, I got there safely and I drove home more confidently. Oh, I needed water. So yeah, that's the story for today. you can watch the VOD. I think for the how many minutes in are we? 50 minutes. Maybe you can, like, if you want the full dramatization of this whole story, you can watch the VOD. It's in the first half an hour or so story, if we just before you came in. Ooh, and I forgot, there's something that I wanted to mention. I made a Discord server. Yeah, so I mainly the Discord server is not gonna be for anything extravagant. You know. Yes, so you can, so the link is in my about section. You can follow that. I'm not sure if I set it up correctly. Yeah, like, you should be able to just join. I don't need to invite you, but yeah, the link is in my about section for Discord. There's a couple of channels in there, nothing too crazy. I have some rules of conduct there, so please read the rules. I have one channel just for open chat where if you I'll like share some snippets of my life there as well, because I find like every day like stuff happens and like none of my IRL friends will understand, but like it's something I want to share. You know, like in the moment kind of thing. And then there's also one for recommendations and suggestions, whether it be for like things for chat, like chat plugins, anything technical for stream, or if there's a particular game you want me to see me play. Though I cannot promise that because I'm trying not to spend too much money on games. You know. So, and if there's a particular theme of stuff that you want me to see, even including like my diaries and stuff, the link doesn't work. Aha! Thank you for testing it. I'm not sure how to share the link. Let me. I don't know if I can. What do I do? What do I do? You need to share the invite link. Okay. How do I do that? So, I mean, I'm right clicking it. Oh, okay. Copy. Let me just set this link to never expire. Okay, let's do that. I am going back to this, and just give me one moment. I'm gonna change the link right now. If I can change the damn thing. Where is it? Channel? No. Settings. Also no? It's somewhere. How do I do this? Home settings. I'll change the link. For now I'll put it in chat. Hold on, just give me. I'll put it in chat. There, that is my Discord server. You can join that. It currently has nothing much in it, but I'll post my schedules and stuff on the there is a announcement section, so that is when I would post my stream updates and I'll pin it to the top. I should pin this one then. Pin. Oh, it's pinned. Okay. To new message. Okay. Then there's welcome and rules. That's the rules of conduct there. There's open chat where, you know, people can just chat. Ask me anything. Yeah, I see you, Haikin. Yeah. So that you can ask me any questions, whether for me, any questions for me, like, you know, like how old am I? What's my favorite color? You know, anything like that. Any mind-boggling ones as well. I welcome all topics. It's interesting to think about them, but you know, based on the rules of conduct as well, and nothing very like, please keep it to the policies of this policies and safety measures of Discord as well. Keep it nice. Keep it nice. That's on Ask Me Anything, and recommendations and suggestions, because I want to improve my, like, how I stream, materials on my stream, even just the technical side of things. If it can make it easier for myself to stream and make it more enjoyable for you guys, then definitely I would welcome that. The newcomer chat should be on the open chat channel, not in the what channel? AMA channel? What's an AMA channel? Newcomer chat. Newcomer chat. I mean, I don't know what settings is the AMA channel in right now, because at least to me, like, open chat is open chat, and then AMA is like, is it because of settings? It's the one with users hopped into the server. Ah. Okay, I'll try to get that fixed. I don't know why it's doing that. I probably pressed the button and I didn't understand how that works. So, I think it's community settings, onboarding, this one. I got it. Okay, it's just a quick thingy, and then that should be.
I see my way clear.
Yeah, I think that should be it. So I think newcomers will come on in open chat. So yeah, I think that setting should do it for now. Yeah, thanks for testing it out. Try test with leaving and entering the server again. Sure. Thank you for offering. Yeah, please. So I can check as well. Yeah. Oh, the notifications just happen. Huh. Oh, hi Zuri. For some reason the settings did not save. But I'll fix that. I'll fix that. You guys don't have to like you don't have to, you don't, yeah, let me try something. How did I save it previously? Like, I mean,
Keep your fangs sharp.
it's already part of the thing already. So I don't know. Well, I hope the Discord server, like, it's going to be an easier channel for me to update streams if I need to. You can fix it off stream. Yeah, I'll fix it off stream. I'll make it work somehow. Uh. mm, Yeah, I'll make it work somehow. So yeah, so that's my Discord server. Oh, it's okay. You don't need to research if you don't. It's gonna take time to grow, but it'll surely be helpful. Yeah, so I'm hoping it's gonna be a helpful tool for myself. It's definitely gonna be easier for me to interact with people and to update streams if I need to. Because like Twitch mobile is not helping me at all. It's really not helping me at all. So yeah, so that's my Discord. I've put descriptions on all the different channels there. Like you can ask me questions, I'll answer them stream. You can chat amongst yourself. There's rules of conduct that you guys should read. There's recommendations as well to like it just improve this potato head's use of Discord and Twitch and stream in general, because I'm just learning things as I go, and if people have better ideas or better suggestions for me to like do stuff, then yeah, I'm totally open to trying it, as especially if I have the resource for it. So yeah, so yay, Discord. Now I have to see if I can get it for it to appear on my phone because like the notifications are not coming in on my phone, but I'll solve that tomorrow. Yeah, so yeah, I guess for now I have, well, I'll update snippets of my life when snippets of my life happen, i.e. like yesterday. though admittedly like there's not much I can post from yesterday because I was just so out of it. I can post, well, probably later I'll show you a photo of how I wrapped up the light in duct tape, because the light needs to be covered, otherwise there's gonna be condensation and stuff like that, and I don't want to deal with that, especially if the workshop is not going to replace the entire light. So there's that. It's very MacGyver-y of me, you know? And really, like, the one time I fully appreciate duct tape was specifically this particular event. And I truly understand why people, at least in America, they hail duct tape as like the like, you know, like the number one material, number one tool to like fixing everything, because you can duct tape everything. You can duct tape the fender, as I have found. Yeah, there's still one part of it I have to tie off so that it doesn't drag on my rear wheels, but that's the thing for tomorrow morning. Ugh. Oh, and zip ties. I have a newfound appreciation for zip ties now, because I am in need of a zip tie and I have none. And you know, when you want to use one zip tie, or maybe even 2 or 3 zip ties, you know, you can't just buy 1, 2, 3, you know. No, you buy a packet of 50. And then you use that 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden you don't use it for years. And then you decide, okay, I'm not going to use it for years. I'm not going to use it anymore since I didn't touch it for years. So I'm going to dispose of it. And literally, months after you dispose it, you need to use it again. So yeah, joke's on me, yeah. I don't know if I'm actually going to buy zip ties, or I might pilfer one from like the supermarket near my workplace. Because they have SOPs to like the security guard have SOPs to zip tie bags to prevent theft. So I might just pilfer one from them. So, you know, because they're like, it's just one. What are you gonna do? Call HR on me? So that's my plan. Okay, let me just I only need to fight the damn Crownless one more time. And then I have enough material to level up Dajin.
No escape.
Ooh. I was very proud of myself yesterday because I got through 4 rounds of Crownless in 10 minutes or less. This is the part I hate the most. And I just do this. I just let him do his thing. Let him come to me. Or not. He's gonna come to me anyway. So yeah.
Target confirmed.
Nice. Okay, I don't have to fight the Crownless for a very, very long time now. Yay! Okay. I think the Crownless is one of the more difficult bosses, I think. More so than the Tempest Memphis and the Thundering Memphis. Somehow I've learned how to read the Thundering Memphis like moves. So I'm okay with that. Okay, now. See, right now I'm capped. I'm actually capped for these 10 characters. They're all capped at 80. No, 11 characters. All capped at 80, and I can't level them up to 90 because my world level is not there yet. So in the meantime, I am gathering all of their ascension materials. So first was Dajin, because out of all the characters I'm leveling up, only one is Havoc. Next will probably be Verena, and then Jashin, because like Hikaru, actually these don't share materials as well. But Mortify, Changli, and these 3 glacial characters, they share, I think, the same ascension materials. So they're gonna be the last I'm gonna tackle. Because I'm gonna be sitting and farming at the Lampilumen Echo for a very long time. It'll be how many of them? 16. I think they're all 16 at this point. So 16 times 3, 8, 1, 48. I need 48 of those things, which is divide by 3 is going to be, yeah. I'm probably gonna need 16 rounds fighting the Lampilumen, which equals to actually not that much, like a week. It'll take me a week to farm for all 3 of them if I'm just pouring all my energy into, like, all of my currency into farming those things. So yeah. So now that I'm done for Dajin, I think next would be Changli, Jashin. Actually, these 2. Yeah, I'll do that. After talking about that story, like a huge, like more weight off my shoulders came off. And I feel very cathartic right now. It was a very cathartic release to be able to story time what happened. I needed that. I realized I needed that because I couldn't talk about it with anyone else.
It's time.
I needed that one day of just being brain dead to process what happened. I forgot that happened. Okay. Oh, Electro was probably the wrong element to bring. I forgot it has resistance. I am not dodging properly.
Your time is over.
Shit.
Pay for this. Good. My field of expertise. Zap strength. The stage is yours.
Oh. This the HP shield is going down much faster than I thought.
Life is in everything.
Tear them to pieces. Think you got permission?
Target confirmed. Strike.
Leave
One.
it to me.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I missed!
Target confirmed. Caught you.
Oi! That was early!
My field of expertise. Zap string. It's our curtain call.
Yeah, this is an enemy I have not learned its attack patterns yet.
War spares no one.
Yeah, I think this is the end. Ugh. I'm already tired. Ooh, lucky 4. Okay, 4 is not lucky by Asian like number. What like superstition? Yeah, 4 is not a lucky number, so.
It's time.
But it is lucky in terms of getting material, so. Oh, I maxed out the podcast. Great! Cool! So now this is the time where I get to walk around for how many seconds? I think it's 20 seconds or something. 1 minute. Okay, so we don't walk around for 1 minute. What we do is... What do we do? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, even this... See, Soul 3 Phase 7. I will get it at level 60 union levels, and I am so close. I'm like almost halfway through 59. Yeah. Yeah, so close. And the good thing about like I'm actually rushing to get this union exp, which you know you'll ultimately get as you complete like the daily task and you level up your character and all that, because they all contribute to the union exp. So I just do that, and then here I am, 59. Because hold on, did they say that once it's capped? Because in other games, once it's capped, the additional exp is converted into currency as you progress higher in Soul 3 phases, blah blah blah. May adjust. They didn't say. Okay, that's fine. But I assume that's going to be the case because I am tired of farming for money. I do not want to farm for money. Like actually, like with see, it's back. Actually, with like whatchamacallit, Honkai Star Rail, I actually achieved maxed world level pretty quickly. Maybe because I was just playing everything and anything that was coming on that game, to be honest. So, oh jeez.
Caught you. Saw that coming. Too slow.
Tear them to pieces.
Whee!
Zap string. The stage is yours.
Catch me if you can. Okay. Oh, I love this intro skill. And bye bye. I like that I can just continue to damage it while it's doing that. You know, it's the classic. It's kind of like the reverse, because like in other games, it's like the villain waits for the good guy to transform and stuff.
Now.
Nice.
Tear them to pieces.
In this case, I'm waiting for it to transform. And hell no, I'm not waiting for it. Nice.
My field of expertise.
Whee!
I've had enough. Get
You
lost.
see this dodging mechanism? It's just so fun for me.
War spares no one.
Because it's all about timing. And like things with timing and stuff like that, I really love that kind of gameplay. So like, what forgot the name. Literally, the name escapes me. Like time stop events, those kind of things. I really enjoy those. Yeah. Which game was it? There was one game in particular that did a lot of those kind of time stop events. Was it, what's the name? Was it something called like Ashura? Wrath of Ashura or something like that? They had a lot of those quick time events. Quick time events. Yeah, quick time events because it's just Ashura just throwing hands at every deity ever. It was the angriest game I've ever seen, but it was a very interesting POV like battle as well. I wish I could play it, but I don't think I have the I think it's a console game. Is it a console game? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if it's a console game at all. Oh, is it console? I don't know, but I watched the playthrough on YouTube because like at one point I was seeing it on my recommendations page a lot, like really a lot, and I'm like, okay, fine. So I had no other games to watch playthroughs of. I said, okay, just watch Ashura. Like, it's fine. And it's actually a really good storyline, and like, and to be honest, like the design, the graphics, I think for the generation that it was released for was really good. The designs for all the deities, the moveset and everything was, yeah, Ashura's Wrath console game. Don't know if Ashura's Wrath. I remember because it was a guy named Ashura who was trying to save his daughter, and he's just always angry. And somehow his anger can beat, like outmatch any other higher deity that he came across. Like, and the thing is, right, like with all the other deities that he came across, like everyone understood why he was so angry, and everyone feared his wrath. And all the higher deities was like, no, he can't possibly be that strong, you know. Although they are like Indian and Buddhist inspired, some of them had British accents. I mean, that's what it is for it to be dubbed, I guess. Oh jeez. I think the story was really compelling though, but like I think it exceeded a lot of the players' expectations on like how the game would end, because like it seemed like, oh, they beat the final boss, but then like the final boss does something extra, and then like somehow Ashura can defeat that boss as well, you know. It was very overwhelming. Like the plot kept thickening until he died. Literally until he died. I think he resurrected at one point, but I'm not too sure. I think there was a spin-off about him resurrecting or something. I'm not too sure. But I thought the story was well crafted. I think it was a good story. It was a simple motivation in that he wanted to save his daughter, but they managed to expand on that so much, which I think it was fruitful. Hey. And like every time they have a quick time event for like, you know, defeating the villain, defeating the enemy and stuff like that, it's always something different. Like he just oh come on. Recover in 5 minutes. Oh jeez. Oh well. Hehe. Yeah. So like every time he pulls out something different, like I can't remember, but I remember like I remember watching the gameplay and thinking like, oh my god, like he was super extra when trying to defeat some of these deities. And like in the end, Ashura was just a simple deity. He was just a simple deity for like his local planet community. He's just a simple deity, and literally he defeated the, I would say, for lack of, I don't know, like I don't know what the final boss's name was, but it was technically Buddha. he defeated like the final boss, and then the boss, what's the word, underwent an evolution, which from the god of the universe became like the god of time and space or something like that. So like there was this arrogance with the final boss, and like, oh, you can't touch me now because I control time and space. No one can defeat the Lord of Time and Space because they won't allow it, you know?
Tear them to pieces.
That kind of future does not exist, that kind of thing. And it was a little bit heartbreaking towards the end, I'm not gonna lie, because like literally Ashura gave up his everything, like his power, his life, to save the daughter. And I think like towards the end, like he was worshipped. He was worshipped as a brave god who stood up against injustice or something like that. It's a game. It was well. I feel like it's well written. The pace was really good. It was a lot. There was a lot of battles, but I felt that each of them was, I don't know. Somehow I just feel like it was a good pace. A good long pace. I would not, because like I say long because I actually didn't watch the entire playthrough of Ashura. I only watched all the boss battles, and if I'm not mistaken, the entirety of the boss battles was still about 2 hours long in total. I don't know how long the gameplay actually is, but it's like 20 hours or something like that. But 2 hours of boss battles, and it's not just cutscenes, you know, it's like actual boss battles. Like they don't make drawn out boss battles like that anymore, you know. It's all about big numbers and stuff like that. No strategies and stuff. Which is why I really appreciate PS2 games. PS2 and PS3 games. Because I feel like those were kind of like the last real era of drawn out boss battles. Like, can you imagine in PS2 there was Tekken Tag Tournament 2, right? And mind you, I was just like what, 12 years old, 13 years old, around there when I played that game. And the arcade version, if I remember correctly, they had like 8 to 10 battles, and then the final battle, the main boss, was this sort of entity that can that was something like Mokujin, you know, like she changed fighting stance every once in a while, and sometimes you won't even notice. You can play PS2 games on PC using emulator. I know, but I don't have my PS2 with me. I need to figure out this emulator thing, because I only found out recently when I had the itch to play, whatchamacallit, this is game that I wanted to play. Onimusha. I think it's Onimusha 3. I can't remember exactly which Onimusha it was, but I know this Onimusha guy, the main character is blonde, and he has some kind of demon armor and sword. And then he had a Kunoichi as one of the playable characters. Yeah, I wanted to play that game because I actually never finished that game. Because you know why? Because in my ignorance, I bought the pirated version of that game, and the game came with 2 discs. You know, I think some PS2 games were like that. You had to play through disc 1 and then you played through disc 2. When I tried to play disc 2, it got stuck at the loading page for eternity, and I was so upset. And until now, I don't know what's the ending to that game. So it has eaten away a little bit into my mind a little bit. But one day I will get back my, because like the PS2, and I also have PS3, which when I get those consoles and hook it up to my laptop and get the emulator working and I can play all my console games again, you best believe I'm gonna buy some original PS2 CDs. Because I think by now they're not gonna be expensive. It's just the problem of the rarity and how would I be able to get those games. I found actually whatchamacallit, that Onimusha game on Amazon. I don't know in its entirety with shipping how much it would cost me, but it's actually a good game. It's a really good game. The combat mechanics are actually pretty challenging. I would say very challenging. I found the game ISO. ISO? What does ISO mean? If you can't tell, I'm not very good with internet lingo. I'm slowly learning as I'm watching more VTuber content. To be honest. Yeah. I don't consume that much internet meme content. To be honest, it's only off late in the recent years as I actively use more social media and continue to get brain rot like the rest of society. I found the game ISO. What does ISO mean? Hikin? What does ISO mean? But yeah, like hopefully that's a future plan. That's something I definitely want to do, is to hook up my PS2 and my PS3 on the emulator. I think PS3 you just need a HDMI if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, PS2 had a lot of really good drawn out RPGs. Onimusha being one of them. There was one RPG called Genshi or Genshin or Myoji Genshin or something or rather like that, and that one had a really good story as well. It didn't have a very long gameplay. I think at most maybe like 20 to 30 hours. It wasn't so bad. 20-30 hours. But the boss battles, gee whiz, you like, some of them are pretty hard. Like they don't give like cues, you know, like, oh, their eyes light up or their claws light up and stuff like that. ISO is the game CD file. You can use that instead of buying the CD. It's counted as pirating the game though. Oh, I mean, I'll think about it. I will I'll see what my options are once I actually get the emulator set up. If like when I get it set up. The number one question here is to see if my PS2 is actually still working. It's sad, you know, like all these games in the older consoles. Like I enjoyed playing PS2 games so much back when I was small. PS3 games, that's when the format started to change a little bit because one, graphics got a lot better, UI got a lot better and stuff like that. So it made things easier for most people who use PC as X2. I will write that down somewhere. I will write that down somewhere.
Keep your fangs sharp.
So yeah, I've only just found out about this emulator thing this year when I was researching up all about this, you know. We'll see. It is a goal of mine, but if my PS2 is not working anymore, then you know, PS3 it is. But I think you can play PS2 games on the PS3. I think that was the one console that was backdated. I know, was PS4 backdated as well? I don't remember. I know PS5 wasn't. That was the big hoo-ha with people and PS5 because it wasn't backdated. But you could buy like limited soft copies on the PlayStation Store. Just limited ones. I think PS1, PS2 games are very, very limited. PS3, PS4, there's more variety on the PlayStation Store. Yeah, I stopped keeping up with console news when I stopped playing on console because like I ain't got no console money to like buy the games and the console and stuff like that. PS3, if there's one game if there's a PS3, there's actually a couple of games that I would like to play again, even though I've played them twice already. I played them twice or 3 times already. One of it was the Genji. Yes, Genji Omniuji, the sequel to the PS2 one. That one was really good. And the cool thing about that game, the sequel of it, was that there's a section of the story where you travel back in time to find clues to, you know, save the future and stuff, and you get to fight all the old enemies that you fought in the first game, which I think was a cool thing, because some of the enemies in the first game was actually pretty tough and also very unique. And yeah, oh gosh. So that one I want to play. Assassin's Creed 2. I want to play the entire arc again, because it's just so well written. It was so well written. It had enough variety of skill, and like the learning curve for the character was really good. Because, like, you know, with all the parkour and stuff, there is some modifications going on PS2. You can install a hard disk on it, so you don't need to use a CD. Oh, see, like, I need to do more research with these PS2 things. Yeah, but you know, still the premise, the first the first order of the thing is to make sure my PS2 is still working and make sure I still have the PS2, because it's been more than a decade since I've seen that PS2. I know does the PS3 still exist? I know that my game collection still exists. I know that exists still. I don't know if the console itself still exists, because I did remember packing it up, because at that point in time I didn't have enough time in the day to play games anymore, and also I went off to college where I didn't have access to TV and stuff, so I didn't bring the console with me. Okay, what's this thing? So yeah, PS2, PS3 games. I think after I saw PS4, I think PS4, it kind of debuted with Horizon Zero Dawn, which was actually a good game. The story was great, the gameplay was great, the UI was great. It was not so different from how PS3 RPGs were. It was just more polished. But then any game after that, I kind of lost interest a little bit, actually. Secondhand Star, ooh, maybe. But again, this is this is kind of like a bucket list kind of thing for me as a streamer, playing all the PS2 games that I used to play. Not that much actually, but Final Fantasy X was one of them. Game Boy and PSP also have its own emulator. I never played with a Game Boy or PSP before. You could say, like, as a child, despite me playing games right now, as a child, I was never really exposed to game consoles or like just games in general. The most was PC games. The ones that you like buy on the disc and install it into your PC. But even then, there wasn't really a game. I had limited knowledge on what games are, like video games are, when I was a kid, especially like when I was like even like 10 years old. Like we had just the PC, and then PC for like, you know, schoolwork and stuff, and then suddenly bam, my parents came home with a PS2. So any prior handheld consoles, portable consoles, I didn't have experience with those. So, and I didn't know what were the games back then. Like, don't get me wrong, like Malaysia had you know, they had like the Pokemon hype, they had a little bit of Digimon hype, they had the Mario hype as well. But it just me personally, as a kid, I never actually experienced it, which might sound weird to people who are gaming right now, because especially at people my age, because like most millennials, they would have experienced all this on like Game Boys, PSPs, or like even PC as well. But I didn't, you know. Like my first knowledge of Pokemon was the anime. It was not the game, to be honest. Maybe some other people have the same experience as me, but that was, for me, if anything, my introduction to the modern day introvert package was anime, actually. Brick game. Did I play the brick game before? I need a visual representation of what the brick game is. Hold on, let me look it up what this brick game thing is. Hi Noob Gaming PH. hi Noob Gaming. Thank you for joining my stream. Brick game, huh? Let me see what, because like I remember the look of it. I just don't remember the name. I did not play brick game. Did I? Oh, it's on the Game Boy. No, any Game Boy games or like these kind of console games I've never played before. So I did play Snake. You know, on the indestructible Nokia phone, I did play Snake. I feel like it's because these kind of consoles I can't relate, because like I would say official introduction to video games was the PS2, which was, had color, had superior game experience compared to Game Boy, depending on the game and stuff. Personal choice as well. So I actually never heard of the Game Boy until much later. I've never heard of the Game Boy until after I heard of PS2. So haha, because like my parents also, I don't know, they don't know about this gaming thing. They saw PS2, the new thing for kids, and they got it for me and my siblings, and we shared that one console and 2 controllers. So oof. Tamagotchi, I got somewhat of a similar experience, but not on the Tamagotchi device itself. I didn't know the Tamagotchi was called a Tamagotchi until a couple of years before this. Like, I knew the thing, I knew the device, I knew the thing, but I didn't know it was called a Tamagotchi. There was this one game on the PC that I absolutely love. It's basically the same thing where you take care of like a digital pet kind of thing. But instead of, something like Digimon and stuff, it's an actual, it was like a golden retriever. So you can, I could raise a puppy or a few puppies, name him, and then every day log in to feed it, play with it, bathe the dog, those kind of things. I don't know if that is something the Tamagotchi has functions for, but I know the gist of it was you kind of take care of a thing and it grows into another thing, and that's basically what I experienced, just not on a Tamagotchi. Yeah. Wow, I went like these past few years when I exposed to a lot of like the older console games and like Tamagotchi and stuff like that. I realized as much as I love games now, I really was not exposed to all the earlier forms of gaming. I really wasn't. And at least for me, I don't feel like I've missed too much, but except for the lore part. Like, I know Digimon, Pokemon had a long history of lore. Final Fantasy has a long history of lore. Some of the other long-standing games. Devil May Cry, I wouldn't say it's super old, but it's a series that one of the series, like the considered older series that I actually played the games for, actually, that one. There's another one though, one before PS. Holy shit, Contra. Used to play Contra on it. Yeah, I think a friend of mine told me this before. like it happened before PS, but then PS took over the market because it had better graphics or something like that. I just talked about this with a friend the other day. But yeah, that jogged my memory a little bit. Oh man, I can't. I don't know. But Contra. Why have I heard Contra before and not have a visual memory of it? How the game. Oh. Okay. Somehow I've actually seen this before. like the pixel 2D version of it. Not the 3D looking one. Oh man. What? I feel like this was something I played in arcades before. There are a couple of games like this. Oh, there's one very popular one, but I forgot the name.
I see my way.
You know, I also didn't know that Doom was actually a long-standing game as well until like people start was it Doom Eternal or just Doom? When is it 2020, 2022? They did technically, was it a remake or like a spin-off for the PS4? Yes, for the PS4. And to me, it was just a very interesting FPS game. And I love the story writing, the lore writing of it. And then that's when I got deep. I got deep into the lore. Not that I remember much of it, but I have an understanding of what the game is and what the main lore is. And then there's also a lot of theories of it connecting with Wolfenstein. Also another long-standing game. IRC is Nintendo console. I don't know the name though. Nintendo. Maybe. I can't remember. Really, when my first thing with Nintendo, the first device I ever saw with my own eyeballs was... Is it Nintendo? In my head, I remember it as Nintendo. It's like... it looks like a Pokédex. It opens up and somehow it has a touch pen. I don't know why that is a core memory for me, but that's what I remember about Nintendo. I don't know if they have such consoles for it. But I remember it looking like a Pokédex. That's what I remember. And the only reason I know what a Pokédex is because I actually did watch the Pokemon anime for a while. Oh, Pokemon was really, I think, one of the earlier animes that I've watched. First game I played on arcade was King of Fighter, then Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah. I think for me it was King of Fighters as well in the arcade. Until today, there's this one particular mecha arcade game that I absolutely love. That was the Nintendo DS. Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't know this. I don't know. Like, as if I'm not using it, if it's not in my hands, like, it's not knowledge that I want to keep in my brain unless I'm using it. That's just how I am. But, okay, back to this arcade games. I think I did play King of Fighters, when I was, like, really, really small, not understanding I was playing King of Fighters. There's this one particular mecha game that I remember. It was one of the special, arcade boxes in the local arcade that in my area, and
Welcome to the Pioneer
I loved it
Association
so
store.
much because the
would you
combat
like
was very different. Sadly, didn't play arcade. I count myself lucky being able to play in arcade, but I only went for like when I was small, like before secondary school. Definitely before secondary school. I stopped going halfway through primary school because the mall was a bit far from my house, so like it's not like I can go there every week or anything like that. But that mecha game, I loved it so much. I don't know why. It was third person, like it's you the player pilot a mecha, right? And you're third person in the mecha, and so like the view is you can see your mecha from behind, and then like the enemy mecha like in front. And so like what was it?
Great
So like
choice.
basically
I love that too.
it's a mecha fight it's a
Great
mecha fight
choice. I love that too.
arcade game basically. And I don't, and the movement is not it was 3D. I think that was one of the special things, was it was the one of the only 3D arcade boxes in my local arcade. So it's like it was not in just left right, you know, it's front back diagonal this and that, and it was so much fun. But I didn't understand diagonal controls as a kid, but again, it was so much fun. And I mean, I have some losses, I have some wins and all
Great
that yada
choice.
yada,
I love
but
that too.
but it was, I think that was my
Great choice.
first
I love
experience
that
with
too.
3D gaming, at least.
Come take a look
When
at
it
our
comes
official
to
merch.
shooting games though, I realized I hated it a lot. I hated shooting games. The like, I mean, my arcade also had those zombie shooting ones, but I don't know, it's because I'm just a bad aim, or like I didn't understand what I was doing as a kid. But like I would shoot randomly, and or like shoot when they tell me to shoot, and then be frustrated the targets don't go down and then be the first one to die. That's how it usually goes with me in FPS. And like as a kid, I don't know if it's just me and my comprehension abilities was just shit as a kid. Like I didn't understand like why there were zombies and why the game is a zombie game. Like maybe because, yeah, like I didn't understand why it was zombies, or like why the zombies don't die, that kind of thing. Dance Revolution, that was hilarious to play, especially with someone like me who have two left legs. Dance ones, I think because I have seen it before, I just never went on it because again, I have better, like just like you, Noob Gaming, I have better eye-hand coordination than eye-leg coordination. I am not good at moving my feet at all. It's just, and like I didn't understand rhythm as a kid back then either. And like all the songs were all unfamiliar songs to me, at least, because they were mostly dance music. Not, at least the one that I went to, that I played on, it didn't have a lot of music that I listened to, which was technically my parents' taste in music. So, or like early 2000s, late 90s music, which was not the most popular variety in Dance Revolution kind of games. Sorry, arcade boxes. There was it, is it called a puck? You know the thing where it's a two-player game. You slide the disc across the thing and you try to hit the thing into the other person's pocket. I played that a lot because that was very easy to understand to play. like yeah, that was easy to understand. Combat and action games was easy to understand because, you know, it's like just beat them up, defeat the other person and win. Yay. I think King of Fighters is the one I played the most as a kid in the arcades, and that mecha game as well. Racing games, I also do not understand. I actually dreaded driving until I could actually drive. Like really, I dreaded learning how to drive because I knew I was going to be shit at it. Luckily, I came out okay. So, not too bad. If you love beating NPCs, DMC. Yes! God damn it. That was... Yes. Yes. So, it was... DMC is actually one of the games that I bought for my PS3. So I was exposed to DMC, the title DMC. It was the title before Devil May Cry 5. Is it 5 or 4? Like the latest one. Yeah. So I played that. I really enjoyed it. And then like one day I didn't know when I played DMC, because it wasn't following the events from 1, 2, and 3. So there was no like break in, like there was no confusion about what the story is, because it was just basically Dante in his younger years. And oh, I love the game. I played it 3 times. I love it so much. But I'm not a combo person. Like DMC, oh, if you see some of those really pro players, they know how to juggle and hit those combos. I don't. As you can, like if you see, like even in WUA, like Wuthering Waves, it actually has great mechanics, very smooth mechanics for creating combos, like really long combos. But I don't utilize that. For me, it's just fight and survive, basically that kind of thing. I mean, hitting large numbers is great, but for me, it's a balance of survivability and like skill of fighting. Yeah. I can't even hit S rank all the time. Maybe 2 in 10. Yeah, that's true. The older versions are harder, but for some reason, DMC is a little bit easier. For me, I can get S rank, but I can't maintain S rank. That's my problem, because like I'll be hitting combos like hitting 2 enemies at once, or like killing like jumping enemies, hitting one enemy A, the enemy B, and stuff like that. And then you know, like you learn a little bit of different move sets, but nothing too crazy, right? So usually with DMC, I average out at A. The older ones I find are a bit tougher, because one, older game, older UI, you know, a little bit more clunky than the newer ones, but still great, still so good. The story is so good, the progression is so good. DMC 4 Special Edition, when you use Virgil, you can basically hit S rank just by randomly pressing buttons. Yeah, it's so unfair, you know? Stupid Virgil. I mean, he is stupid, and Dante practically calls him Stupid Virgil the whole time. Is DMC 4 the new one? Let me check. Devil. Because at this... Ah yeah, DMC 4 is the new one. No. It's the previous one. Oh, you can play as Virgil in DMC 4? I probably was not adventurous enough. DMC 5 was so good. I think it did the legacy of the game so much justice. Unless you consider Reboot as canon. Which I don't. Yeah, the Reboot's not canon. Reboot is
I see my way
an
clear.
actual continuation of Devil May Cry 4. I just think the story progression is just great for all 3 games. All 5 games. I played the first 4 because I think for PS3 they released a remaster, a master remaster. Like they had 1 disc, 4 games, that kind of thing. And I got it at a huge steal at a local store. And I think that was the best series I played by far. Like, honestly saying, other than Assassin's Creed though. But yeah, because even the story was great. Like the story was great, and Dante is just mad. Dante is just mad. And then what's the other guy's name? The kid's name? I forgot his name. Because we played him a lot in the 3rd and 4th one, if I'm not mistaken. Have you watched the anime? It was before DMC. I did not watch the anime because like I knew it was not going to follow the main story, but I didn't know how to say. It didn't matter to me if I missed it or watched it. Basically, it didn't matter if I missed it or watched it, because I know it was not pertinent to the main quests in the game. So I just left it. And to be honest, I have always been left disappointed by these kind of not reboots, like continuation with anime kind of thing. But I heard like it was decent. Was it? I'm not too sure. Cause like I've been disappointed by game convert to anime before kind of thing. Yeah. I think it's also for me like game is game, and the fact that the art style changed is compared to the game was I didn't like that. I didn't like that. So I didn't watch it. How many episodes was it though? I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll give it a watch. Though it doesn't really affect like the story. That's what I remember. Because they didn't really mention anything that was stuff that I don't know. Have some background about Lady and Trish. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess for people who want to know how they got friendly with Dante. Do I want to know? I'm not sure if I want to know. Not for anything, but it's like, is it worth me spending time watching it? Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, I never really questioned how Dante got acquainted with Trish and Lady, actually. Only insofar that somehow Dante saved both Lady and Trish from certain fate. Funny DMC3, Lady just straight up shoot Dante in the head for I need to see the cover of DMC3. I need, like, I have visual memory for these things. I don't have regular people's. Oh, I'm looking at the cover of the game. It is not helping me.
I see my way clear.
But that. Oh right, that was in one of the games. The girls were mind controlled, or something, so you had to fight them, or something. Was that the plot? And like, towards the end, they kind of helped you back or something.
Keep your fangs sharp.
And is it a thing for all games? Like you can play, like after you complete all the game, you can play Virgil. Like I don't know, like I didn't know that was a thing. Oh my lord, really, salamanders? I know DMC, like the younger Dante spin-off one, like you can play as Virgil afterwards, like you unlock him. Do you? Or was it a package that you had to purchase? I can't remember. I have bad memories on these things, man. Lady hates demons, so he just shoot Dante regardless. I didn't know Lady was like that. Because like, at least for me, my earliest memory of, I didn't have too much memory of Lady and Trish. I think the most impact they made on me, like in memory wise, was actually the latest game, number 5, because you had to actually go and save them because they got turned into demons. I tell you, like, actually, right, DMC 5 did such justice to the game series. It was so, the weapons were over the top. I think that was what I was most excited about because the weapons were so over the top. You get to dual wheel a bike. What can be more extra than that? Trish's story was actually good. She's an exact copy of Dante's mom. Ooh, okay. Trish, in DMC 5, which enemy was Trish? I know Lady was the one with the bike. She turned into a demon. Is it the one with the bike? Like both of them got turned into demon because Demon Virgil turned them into demons to stop Dante. If I remember that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, because like I don't trust my memory too much. My memory is at best 50% accurate. Let me rotate this. Yeah. Lady was the first boss, I think. Okay, now I'm mixing up Lady and Trish. Hold on. Devil May Cry Lady. Oh yeah, I did mix up Lady and Trish. Okay. Oh, it was the singing one. That was Lady. Okay. Demon. Was it the singing one? Yeah, it was the singing one. Artemis. Artemis Lady. Yeah. And then Trish, the blondie, was the one where you can get them handheld motorbike. That was wild, you know. I know that was wild. Handheld motorbike. I think in Devil May Cry 4, one of the weapons you get to use as Dante was this Inspector Gadget of a briefcase, which transforms into multiple weapons, and one of its special attack is it turns into some kind of spaceship and launches missiles. Again, wild, super wild. Pandora's Box, yeah. Okay. I don't remember these names, but I played the game, so I know, I at least know, like, remember using it. But it's a weapon I never used because it's like I used the Rose one a lot. Then he had another sword, or just one sword. I used the Rose one a lot, and then he had the boots. Oh yeah, he had the boots. Is it the boots? There's one hand combat one. And then I think there was DMC 4 and 5 gets cheesed in their special edition. Yeah, which is like he too OP, and then like Dante somehow manages, and then in the fifth one, oh, what's his name? The kid somehow. What's his name? I am terrible at this. Devil May Cry.
Right into our lab.
What is the dude's name? Is Dante? Nero. Yes, Virgil's son. You know, like, I think after everyone played DMC 4, people kind of had an inkling. It's like, yeah, that is Virgil's son.
Good.
Especially
There's no time
when
to waste.
afterward, when like halfway through DMC 4, 3 or 4, 4. Halfway through DMC 4, we found Virgil's sword, and he could use
There's
Virgil's
no time to
sword,
waste.
and it was like, yep, son. And like when they revealed that in the 5th game, was it ever revealed like what are the exact events that led to Virgil having a son? Like, who was the mother? That's who I'm curious about. Who was the mother? Was it the girl from that spray can witch girl from the DMC spin-off, or someone entirely? Because they were implying somebody, but like I could not for the life of me think of who could it be, man. Like, they were making it very vague. Yeah. The spin-off wasn't canon. Yeah. Oh, I guess because like she was actually doing a lot for Virgil, and then Virgil kind of said, "Oh, I'm just gonna sacrifice her because in the end, humans should be controlled." Yeah. He was pretty mean about her, and she actually did a lot for Virgil. So like, do we not know who the mother is? Like, who's Nero's mother? Because it's like, Dante's like, Nero's your son, and Virgil's like, really? And then Dante was like, yeah, you know that girl from this, you know that girl, and then Virgil's like, that girl, and Dante was like, that girl, and then Virgil's like, makes sense, and it doesn't make sense to me. Because I feel like that's how the exchange went, you know? Oh gosh, this thing is rolling away. Oh, okay. Virgil got some waifu in the same place when Nero was born, according to Ford, that is. But yeah, whoever the girl wasn't introduced. Yeah, I don't think they plan on introducing though, because like the whole, technically, the whole game is done. The story is done. Technically, right? Like I don't see how they can continue from where after DMC5 finished off. Well, unless it's like back to square one, because that was essentially what happened. Is Virgil almost Virgil got killed in 1, then again in 3, but he came back in 5. Oh, the end of 5, Dante and Virgil was locked in the underworld and they were fighting for their lives. They'll just come back again. Yeah, Sons of Sparta. Oh man. Virgil just... Don't you think that Virgil got worse in each game? Like his obsession with saving the world in his way just got worse. Like even in the DMC spin-off one, it was like... It was already quite bad because it's like what's the enemy's name? Murdark? Something like that. Like defeat him and then they're like, okay, we save the world. But no, Virgil's like, okay, we defeat him and then we can control humans. And then at first there was no real there was no real explanation on how he's gonna control humans. But I think in the actual games, like he did kind of try different methods of becoming stronger, of trying to control people and stuff like that. I just don't remember them. I know in DMC 5, yeah, the reason why he was split into his demon self and his human self was that he felt that as he could not defeat Dante because he blamed his human side. That's why he decided to split himself into human and demon. But then the demon lost all humanity, all of its humanity, and could not control himself. So, and then the human part of him wanted to take back control. That's the one thing that I remember from DMC5. Which you know, in the end, is like, this whole thing is your fault. Literally, the entirety of events for DMC5 is because Virgil was sad. He got his ass kicked by his twin or older brother, whichever comes first. Okay, where is the last thing? Is this the one? I am looking. Oh, it's over there. So basically, like after being defeated a couple of times, it became just Virgil trying to be stronger so he can defeat Dante once and for all and try to control humans. I feel like that was Dante's goal after some time. I
find is not part of my pay.
Don't.
It's all yours.
At one point, he tried to use Nero too, because like Dante will always make this concept. Yeah, that's why the DMC saga continues, because Virgil cannot accept defeat. Then Dante's just there like, okay, buddy, I'll just kick your ass the next time. Give it your best shot. You know, that kind of thing. Oh man, it makes me want to play DMC now. It's such a well-written story. Like how extreme rivalry between brothers got. And sometimes they don't even know it's... Like, you don't even know the story happens because of one dumb brother doing one dumb thing, and it turns into a rivalry. Yeah. For me, right, surprising... I think did I mention this earlier? I played the spin-off first before playing the actual games. What I don't understand is how Virgil lost the Yamato sword since he had it when he went to the underworld in DMC3. Did he explain it? Did Virgil appear in DMC4 like as a main antagonist? Like I don't remember. Was he the one that yeah, I guess he was the one. He was the one that that revived or did something to. There was this giant statue of God that was supposed to give birth to. That was supposed to be the reincarnation of some powerful deity, which he will use to control and. He will, yeah, something like that.
Use it to the full.
I don't fully remember what DMC 3 and 4 were. And I was also confused why the Yamato sword was there as well, because I'm like, what? Where is him then? But I remember like Virgil did try to kill Nero multiple times, right? I don't fully remember. Man, now I feel like I have to go back and and read up on the synopsis. Because I think it's just this mini game. Chottomate. Okay. Fortified.
Dragging me out of my lab for this.
Ito tree. Where the oh dear. Ah, my hands are sweaty.
It works at least.
Okay, back to the other team. Or maybe I should try my Changli team since it's pretty usable now. Changli replace.
Who will be sitting on the other side of the
Can
board
keep
this
Verena.
time?
Hey. Yee, Changli! Isn't she so elegant and destructive? I love her. I was adamant to roll for her. What server are you on? For Wuthering Waves, I'm on the C server, Southeast Asian server. Yeah. I am enjoying the blissful, the rumored 39 ms in ping speed. Because in Genshin and Stario, I use their Asian server, so that one I have 90 ping most of the time. Very rare it drops below 90. So this is actually my first time for my ping to be below 50 at all. So I was very excited when I saw that. I'm on HMK. What server is HMK? Is it Hong Kong server? Huh? Hong Kong. Yeah, Hong Kong. What is this? I just googled HMK server and I see a Reddit post for Wuthering Waves. See Asia and HMK servers merge? What? I just wish that they could have just merged them all. Oh, okay. It's just someone being very opinionated about it. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, there has to be a reason why they took the resources to split Asia, Hong Kong, and Southeast Asia into their own specific servers. I just don't know enough technical knowledge to understand why or how much that would cost additionally instead of having it all under one server. But yeah, but I think it's great because like this, I think they did anticipate a lot of Asian players, so maybe that's why they split the server just for capacity's sake. And I think I don't know, I think it's, at least for me, I have not experienced any lag on this game despite the high graphics and all the mechanisms. So, oh my lord, I did not mean to do that. If they merge the servers, we get more like, yeah, I think maybe that's why they split it, because they anticipate more Asian players. Oh. I love playing her. It's just destruction. Oh, the combos you can make with her. 1.2 patch, PC players gonna get 120 FPS. Heck yeah. Yes. Oh man, how smooth would that be? How smooth? Okay, let me see what my settings are. I think 60 FPS. God damn it, 120. I am so glad I have a screen that can probably take that. Can it take that? I don't know. I'm not very techy. I only know just enough to run the games. 100 FPS. PC. What's my monitor hertz? 144. Is it the same as hertz? Is it called hertz? Because on BH it's just hertz. So hopefully 144 is okay. I do. Then you're getting very smooth. Yes, and I think it's not only just a visual experience kind of plus for the players, but I think it works really well with the gameplay, because you need really quick reaction time. I mean, of course, the reaction time also depends on like your connection to your device, like your keyboard, your mouse, the system that you're on. But I feel like with the visuals catching up, it helps with further response times, I feel. What GPU do I have? I feel like I have a reasonable GPU. Naruhodo. Where system? Where do I look for this? About. Where's my GPU? Device specs. Okay, you'll have to forgive me for spacing out, because literally I'm not good at this. You can see on Task Manager. Naruhodo. Apps, performance. This is my CPU. Window. EXDIH. Oh, you mean run the command? Oh jeez. I already typed that, but it's taking. It's not take DX. DX. X. DX tag. Run command. Oh. No. I don't know what that does, but I probably didn't do that right. System. Operating system. Processor. Oh my goodness. So many things. Oh, I think this is it. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 laptop GPU. That's what I have. I probably can only use my laptop for another like 2 years before I have to upgrade the GPU and stuff. I need to check if my laptop has upgradable features, like the option to upgrade. Really, it's powerful. Like I don't know. I'm probably more of a noob gamer than you are. Noob gaming. 3060. I got this laptop can upgrade their GPU. Great. So I have a long-term plan of in the end getting a CPU, right? So my plan right now, I have a keyboard, I have a mouse. So I am hoping by end of the year with some savings, which at the moment are failing a little bit because of uncontrollable circumstances, but I digress. So with some savings, hopefully by end of the year, I can invest in a monitor, which I can play off on, and then I can finally have chat on my laptop screen, and I don't need the sound alert. You don't need the sound alert. So that's goal number 1. And then goal number 2 is to eventually upgrade to a CPU. Because I foresee myself as playing games long term, and with parts always getting newer and newer and getting more upgrades, it makes sense to transition to a CPU in the end. Yeah. Inflation. Yes, I hate inflation. 360 is still enough for a long time. Most people still use it based on Steam survey. Oh, okay. Because you know why? Like I was just researching the local market here about gaming PCs specifically, and they're all using like 40. Is it the 4060? Is it 4060? The 4000 ones, the GPUs. Did I start something? The hell? So like I thought, oh, maybe right now the standard is for the 4000 ones, the RTX 4000. Don't fall for that 40 series. You're not a creator, or dude. No, I don't. That's why I'm just surveying, because like 3060 is more than enough for me. Okay, gotcha. So I'll stick to that, because like I have no one I can ask about these things, and like the one friend I know that built her own PC, like I have not spoken to her yet. I've not spoken to her yet, so I'm not sure if she actually picked out the parts herself or she went to a store to get it done for her and things like that. Because like the couple of places that do custom PCs, they're using like pretty powerful GPUs. If you want to go for PC, 3060 or 3090 is enough for a long time. Okay, got it. Which actually brings the budget down really, really fast, and I deeply appreciate that. Oh. Huh? Okay. I mean, it was just level 30, but okay. I did not expect that to happen. That was a surprise. I see a treasure I can go get. So yeah, because like the ones in the market that I saw, like a couple of vendors that do custom PCs and they market it for like gaming or like creators and stuff. Most of them have GPUs for like the 4000 series one for the GPUs. So I'm like, if that is the standard, then that is something I might need to consider. But after hearing you guys educate me, thank you very much. I might have saved a lot of money if I'm going to get a PC for gaming in the future. When I talk about content creation, it's not going to be anything complicated, but it's possible in the future I might have to edit videos, depending on how far I want to take this content creation other than streaming. Because like other than streaming, I'm really not doing any marketing. I'm not doing any social media or anything. It's just pure streaming, to be honest. And by some miracle, you guys found me. So for me, it's not an immediate need. But it is something to consider if I want to use something long term. But I guess as for starters, I can just consider it as a gaming PC. And if I need to upgrade it, I can just upgrade the PC, the GPU once I've used the PC for some time. So I guess that's the plan, I guess.
It's time.
I video editing is hard. It's hard. I'm starting from zero knowledge, and the first day I opened one of the video editing softwares that I wanted to try. Like I literally learned how to cut videos and put them together, and that's it. And I got tired. I have, I mean, like now I have even more appreciation for editors. Like literally I can understand why editors sit at their desk like 12 hours a day just editing videos, because it's hard. Even with how fast they're editing videos, my gosh. Like, can you imagine me? It took me 6 hours to actually understand how to cut videos and delete the sections that I don't want. So, yeah, not only is it useful if I want to like market myself more as a streamer in the future, if I want to, I feel like that's just a creative knowledge that I want to eventually learn. Because like, it's just yeah, a creative knowledge that I eventually want to learn. I draw a lot. I draw when I can, and even with drawing, like there was a learning curve for me to get through when I started drawing on Procreate on my iPad, because like, I had to learn what the brushes were, what I liked, what functions Procreate has for me, like things like custom brushes and stuff like that, and what I can do with layers. So that was still like a decent learning curve for me, even on Procreate. I can't imagine what kind of learning curve I would need when I eventually, or if I want to get on a drawing tablet and use Photoshop or something. Because I feel like because I learned how to use Procreate, I have a better appreciation and understanding for people who do illustrations on Photoshop or other graphic software now. Man, there's this popular artist from DeviantArt. I think she's now more popular in other like art circles. Her handle is Sakimi-chan. I think a lot of people on DeviantArt would know her work. She is incredibly famous for creating illustrations really, really quickly. Her time lapse are all like 5-6 hours. I think some of her recent one is like 3 hours. She has mastered her craft. Like over the 10 years that I've known this artist, she has mastered her craft so well. And she does a lot of fan art. She does I think she does commissions. She does some originals as well, but a lot of it's fan art, and really, really good fan art. Really good fan art. Oh my word. I think she was the first artist online that I saw that I really appreciated and understood the hard work that goes into digital art. Like really. I mean, even like 10 years, not 10 years ago. I mean, at this point, it's like 15. Yeah, even about 15 years ago, like digital art. There were some people that scoff at digital art, you know, because it made things easier compared to traditional art, especially with making complicated backgrounds, complicated character structures. Like if you notice anime in the 90s, or for example, quick example, Ghibli movies, like the older Ghibli movies, traditionally they work with watercolor. That's how they got all their backgrounds done. They use watercolor and gouache. That was the number one medium. And then you'll find like the what's this? You'll find like the character design, like all the animated parts. They are not complicated like today's animes or in the games even. You know, because like there was no multiple layer that you can undo and redo. That was just one layer, and you had to work with it. Creating art is hard, especially digital. Just looking at the screen for hours on end hurts your eyes. Yes. So like now with the standard for digital art, like with digital art, you can make more complex, more detailed pieces because of its like undo redo function, and also like the layers function. You know, very, very helpful. That's why I hate AIs. Yeah, it sucks. And like digital art had like, how to say, even though the results look different, like compared to traditional art, where in most cases you're not going to find work as detailed in the same size scale in traditional art compared to digital art, but I think it's still the same challenges or similar challenges that they face. Because like the action of drawing and completing it is fine, but to where does this go? But to like think about just even merely think about just think about the concept, how a certain character looks, what's the storytelling behind the character, like the creation is really is about the creation. And like I for one can tell you, like I don't have OCs. Like it's hard thinking about OCs, and like even people who don't have the most beautiful and elegant art style, or they're still even growing their art style, but they can come up with an OC. I feel like they have a much better creative understanding and process than I do, because they have enough, if not more, imagination to think up original characters. And I will confess, I'm not one of those people who can think up original characters. I, in fact, will, if anything, rather than it being original from like what ifs questions, it's going to be an amalgamation of different characters that I've experienced in storytelling and anime and stuff like that. So it's still going to be very noticeable that, oh, this part of this character is a hodgepodge of these few characters, that kind of thing. So yeah, mad respect to people with OCs and to like dedicating their craft, whether it's like digital or traditional art. So I actually have less I also have more appreciation for like my current skill now, because it's like, hey, like as a hobbyist, like I'm doing fine. As a hobbyist, I'm doing fine. I don't need to push myself to be of the same skill level as people who are charging for their art, which they should. You know, if they're living off their art, they should charge respectfully, you know. Art is why I appreciate anime and manga in the first place, although I don't know how to draw. Yeah, a lot of I think people who love art for art and who love like anything for, I think for people in our generation would be like manga and anime. Like you love, and sometimes it's not just the drawing art itself. Sometimes it's the storytelling. Sometimes it's how they create the mood of the anime and everything, you know. Like when you think about how they have to think of all these things to create a piece of artwork, whether it's movies, anime, TV shows, even illustrations, there's a lot of planning, a lot of careful thought, and there's a lot of intention to have it be part of the storytelling. I think that was the important thing. I find over as I continue to draw, right, like the storytelling is what actually makes the piece more meaningful to me, at least when I'm drawing. So like when I draw, I try to basically, it's like setting the mood for the illustration. I try to do that. And when I see other people, whether it's photography or like drawing and stuff, when I see them do that so well as well, like It's just so good. You can't. What's this? I have to pay people for this? Pay who? Who do I pay? A cat? They're telling me to pay someone. Don't tell me the cat. Okay. Okay. I need to read this. Hold on, I got distracted, sorry. They have to pay me to enter the lucky draw and open the supply chest. Meow. I paid you! What you doing now? Oh my god. I just ran into this place. And I'm here. What? Are you a day one player? Yeah, for Wuthering Waves, yeah. I am. I was actually very interested to see how differently Wuthering Waves played compared to Genshin. I think a lot of people were curious at how different they were, and I'm actually very pleasantly surprised and very grateful that in the end it is different. I actually enjoy it more than Genshin. I just playing for 2 weeks now. I mean, don't worry. Like you can play however fast or slow that you want. There's no deadline for the game unless the game announces it's going to close all the servers. Hey, cat, you told me to come here, cat. But what do you want me to do? Yes. There was so many memes of that, you know, like there's so many memes of that. It's like people log out WUWA and then they log into Genshin, and then at the welcoming page there's like welcome home cheater. So many memes of that. Oh, come on, cat, tell me what to do. You let me here for a reason. I can't get the cat to tell me to like tell me stuff. Okay, this lady, will you tell me stuff? How do I draw? Okay, so you're trying to say you can open 1 for 5 fish. All kinds of mysterious. Okay. Pick a supply chest to open. Don't mind if I do.
I trust you can use it to the full.
Oh my god! This is this real life gacha? Okay, no, real life gacha's not, but it's like in-game gacha, like other than the gacha system that it has. Empty. Great. I mean, depending on how many fish I have, I'm gonna open all of this today. Something happened. Boss, there were issues. Hold on. A little bit. Yeah. You only have a few tries. Oh, after AR60, I just do dailies and Abyss in Genshin, then log out. Open the chest that have a cat on it. You have 3 chances per day. Oh, okay. Open the chest with a cat on it. Oh, I have to go and pay her again. Hold on. I didn't know this exists. Hold on. The cat on it.
This should come.
Oh, what did I find? Oh, okay. So the rest are all dummies, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm not. Hold on. I am blocking them as I go, but honestly, I don't know how. I understand why people need moderators. I actually do understand now why people need moderators. But at the same time, like I don't know. Twitch, you know, they have like the like they have the automatic mod settings where you can set how much like what the system will delete or block or that kind of thing. I wonder if sometimes I wonder if it's just me not setting that up correctly. But I try not to pay mind. I don't pay much mind to that because in the end they're bots. So it does me no good to get angry at bots. You know, getting angry at regular humans is already difficult enough. I'm not going to get angry at non-human things, you know.
It's time.
Especially if I can't yeet them. Like, what do I do? I can only like ban these bots. I can, yeah, that's all I can do at this point. Eee. Oh, I've done quite a bit of. Where am I? Oh, I've trekked quite a ways, and I actually found a lot of treasures that I've not gotten. Yeah. Oh, one good thing about Wuthering Waves is that their exploration, like the mechanisms you get in exploration, is different, it's refreshing, it's fun. And I can dig. Let me dig. How do I dig? Can I only dig at a specific time of day? Oh, it's just that. Okay. That was a little anticlimactic, but okay. Oh!
I trust you can use it to the full.
And then like... You see, there's like these small things that I just really love. Like... Oh, there's a parkour. Yes! The parkour is great here. To the point where I get disappointed when I can't parkour in Genshin. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think in terms of combat, right? Genshin has the advantage of the elemental reactions, right? Where Wuwa doesn't. But I think Wuthering Waves developers purposefully said it such that it's going to play more like DMC, you know, with combos, switching out characters, and they have incentives for that with the outro and intro skills as well. Genshin roof access is equal to glitch or fly. Yes, exactly. Here,
It's time.
as long as you've got lungs and stamina in your legs, you can scale the steepest of cliffs and the highest of mountains. It's great. It's great. And the stamina recovery is also makes it very easy to do all those things. And you can run almost infinitely. That's what I love. That's what I love about this game too. Like it just enables exploration to be easy, which also makes them put all this exploration like hidden stuff much like slightly more challenging than usual. I would say. They have so much mechanisms in the open world, which is why it's like sometimes just running around like this is just great because you just run into things. And this open world should encourage exploration. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It should encourage exploration. I mean, that's why I actually don't like a lot of people have like how to say. At first, right, a lot of people were commenting a lot on like making Genshin more user-friendly and easier to use and stuff like that. And at first it was great, you know, because it was a lot of actually improvement in the system and how you use the characters and stuff. But now, like, I feel like people are just asking for the sake of getting it easy when it shouldn't be. It's a farming game. I mean RPG, but it's a farming game, you know? Like, you work for the materials, you work for the experience. You know? Certain mechanisms that make things easier to that is fine. But like I feel like Genshin players, like
Your time is over.
I feel like it's getting a little bit overboard. Like yeah, it's getting a bit overboard. I feel like a lot of people have a lot of requests of Genshin to make things easier for themselves, you know? And I feel like no, if the game has a huge capacity for exploration, encourage that. You know? Like make it challenging. like for Wuthering Waves, they have the unique enemies, which are like level 120. You know, like that's incentive to not only level up your character and improve your combat skills, but also like seek out these enemies because you get rewards for fighting these enemies. So I just love this. I could explore for hours, really. Not those 120 bosses. Tigger beating one people. Honestly, like, like don't stress so much about those unique enemies. Really, in this particular, oh, I'm back here. In this particular map, a lot of the 120 ones are like a lot of the 120 ones I think are all up here, which is the area that you will am I spoiling this for you? Yeah, this is pretty much the area where all the higher level unique enemies are, so like level 90 and above. So you don't have to worry about that. Down here is all pretty tame, which, you know, green, all pretty tame. All the way up to here, honestly. They're all pretty okay. And it's good to explore. Like, look at the map. Like, 1.1 map. Hello? Humongous. I was just admiring the tiger in Mount Firmament that I got one shot. Yeah! The 120s are usually hidden. Yeah, exactly. Did I get... No! I forgot. What was it? There was a unique monster in like one of these peaks. I forgot. It was a bunch of whiff waff, tic tacs, and another one of those small mobs, and they are 120, and they are in a mob of 3, and I'm like, nope. I noped out of there real quick because at that point all my characters were like just level 50. But now I want to find that pile of whiff waff now. I don't know where to find it. I don't think they're up here. They are in one of the peaks. I just don't know which one. I probably have to Google the location or something and try to find it. But yeah. It's fun though. To me, it's fun. I only saw 4 of the 120. Haven't seen that one yet. I don't go looking out for these. I have half of mine to want to, like, you know, get a list of them. But I feel like, no, like, let me just stumble upon them. You know, like, just let me stumble upon them. Like, eventually if I am desperate enough, I will go after it. Probability up? When? Huh. This is the time to get these. Ooh, I need some of these. I need more Void Thunder ones because I don't... I'm kind of like trying to get the second round of farming for the echoes. Oh, echo farming. Double drop on TDs. Damn. For how long? Let me check. Because usually, you know, on those... I forgot I meant to do these. I haven't finished these. Aha! It started today. Should I just go ahead? My fusion ones are okay. I'll do this one. Ito. Alright, just give me a moment. I mean, farming these TDs are very quick. I only have 3 rounds of it. But let me go. It's 12. I need to go. I need to go to the toilet first. Like, be right back. Let me go to the restroom. I've been sitting my butt on this chair for like 2 hours. You give me a sec. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so last order of business. I am going to complete. Oh, it's. I'm going to complete the. Yeah, I'm going to complete the TD farming really quick. And then I'm gonna head off to bed because we all got work tomorrow. We all got work tomorrow / today. Gosh, I probably need to drink tea again to keep my eyes open for tomorrow. Okay, I actually don't like this TD domain.
Your time is over. Time to
This
rest.
TD domain could be like, if you have Yinlin, Yin. I'm bad at names all of a sudden. Yinlin is a good character for this because a bunch of AOE, because they're all spaced out. I think that's also like I think from compared to the initial release of Wuwa, there was a little bit of lack of AOE damaging characters, but I think with subsequent releases they fixed that pretty well. You know, Yunlin,
Unleash the fan.
Jinshe, Changli, they're all very good AoE damage dealers. So I think they addressed that really, really well. Because like if you compare to all the other 5-star damage dealing characters, like they are pretty much, if they have AoE, it's pretty small, and they're usually like 101 like Kokaro. I think Ling Yang is also the same. Oh god. So I think it was, now just thinking about it, it was great how they designed the versatility of
It's our current call.
the 5-star characters that came after what's his name? Jian. Gosh, I feel like I'm mixing up all the names because like some of them sound very similar and they all and most of them start with J as well, J or Y. So the pronunciation is like almost similar. Hey, round 1. What do I get? See, this does not make sense. Why is this allowed? Why is it that you're a Void Thunder Echo, but you have Glacial damage bonus? Who the F is gonna use this? Who? What kind of dichotomy of a character would this fit in? Yeah, exactly. Gosh. Okay, you. Thank you. Why? Why have that kind of dichotomy? I don't understand. Waste of space. What is this? These are all good, like cost 3, like mobs to have, but they're all mismatched. What am I gonna do with these? Oh my gosh. Can I at least combine them? Oh yeah, that's true. Oh man. Boy, do I have a lot to sort through. I have a lot of those, but I feel like I'm too scared to like to like, you know, combine them or decompose them into like the substats upgrading material. Oh gosh. Because I'm like, what if I need that afterwards, you know? Typical hoarder mentality. I hoard like, you know, all the artifacts, all the echoes, all the relics. I hoard because like, I mean, like after a while I do go through like a period of cleansing because, you know, like storage full.
It's time.
What is absolute 0? Oh, that's absolute 0.
Luminous energy.
Whee!
Tear them to pieces.
Oh, you know, one curious thing also, right? I find when I am playing Wuthering Waves, if my characters are strong enough, I literally stop using the healer. I feel like I do that every time with um the ascension material bosses.
Zap strength. It's our curtain call.
But for like long drag out more challenging ones, of course I have the healer, like this freaking Tower of Adversity. I don't know when I'll be able to confidently challenge the Tower of Adversity again. Oh my lord. I feel like it's very apt for its name. God, I thought that was it. Okay, that's it. Nice. The healer is not just for heals, also for buff. Yeah, I know. You wish for crit damage, but yeah, defense is all giving and all loving, whereas crit values are selfish things. I just said people, but no, selfish things. This thing takes 40, so. Jeez, I only need a little bit more. Okay, we'll do that first. Oh, 60. Okay. Hold on. Attack. Attack. Fusion. Oh my. Disappointment is heavy in the air today. Okay, last one.
Tear them to pieces.
I have terrible like crit values, even from Genshin onwards. So, like, it took me a long time to understand how to build with crit values and like how difficult it is to get stuff with crit values in it. Now, like, at least my RNG with Genshin is not so bad. But when I first started farming for Genshin, oh my god, do you know how long I farmed at that one domain for Hu Tao's artifacts? I farmed for a month straight. And then it came to a point where I got the crit value pieces, but they're not that great. But then the crit value pieces stopped coming to me altogether. So I'm just like, you know what? Fine. I'll stop it. I'll stop farming for crit value pieces. Yeah.
Now you'll behave.
But now my Hu Tao has like one of the highest crit value builds. But she doesn't have a signature weapon because I am free to play. And the few times what's Spear of Homa? Or something like that. Something of Homa. Few times that it rerun, I prioritized wrongly and rolled for characters instead. So yeah, I have a bigger roster of characters than weapons, which I need to stop. Oh, Staff of Homa. Yes, thank you very much. Let me get out of danger.
Tear them to pieces.
Oh,
Zap strength. The stage is yours.
nice.
Blue.
Okay, lost a bit already. They double drop, but the main set also drop. Yes, I have Staff of Homa, but I gave it to Zhongli instead. I've seen a few builds like that. Like, you basically, it's basically mostly like physical. Is it? Is it mostly physical then? I'm not sure how people play DPS Zhongli, because that's what basically people put Staff of Homa on Zhongli for, right? But oh my god, these are all terrible. What in the world? Okay. Okay. I use him as sub DPS. I have Fischl as main DPS. Ooh, Fischl is great as main DPS, especially if you have the right stuff on her. Actually, like I've used her as main DPS before, But now I use her mostly as an electro battery because I have Kaching, I have Yai Miko. What other main electro mains do I have? Actually, those two mostly. Yes, I do have her as C6 though, so
I see my
yeah,
way clear.
she's very useful actually. But I mostly use her as battery because like I do not like, I just don't like bow combat in general. So I usually just use her E and her Q. That's about it. Who do I use most right now? Right now, I my go-to team is Tainari, Nahida, Yai, Miko, and Barbara. That is the team I use when I want to clear things very quickly, because the elemental buff on that team of mine is huge. Hyper Bloom. Not so much Hyper Bloom than it is Spread and Aggravate. It's mostly Spread and Aggravate because Barbara, her E is useful. I use Barbara mostly for healing, not to activate any blooms. Geraldine Balf. Is that how you pronounce? Hi, hello, welcome to the stream. To be honest, like I'm just ending the stream. Hi, I'm doing well. It's past midnight where I am. So I'm actually gonna end stream a little bit soon. So I'm just chatting with you guys a little bit before I go.
It's time.
I pretty much exhaust all my resources today on this game. So I am happy about it. Yay! So I was just talking to Noob Gaming there about some of the teams that I use in Genshin Impact. When I actually first started the game, I was lucky to get Kaching in one of my very first 10 pulls in the standard banner. And you know, when you see 5-star characters, I'm like, oh, it's a good character. And Kaching was a good character in 1.0. So I used Kaching for a long time until Tainari came about, because I loved Tainari's gameplay. It's very good for quick swap, which is what I prefer. And yeah, and since then Tainari has been my go-to. I have tons of other DPS characters that I use as well. Risley. I actually like Gaming's gameplay as well. What are the other 4-star ones that I play? I actually like Sethos as well, actually. Also more for quick swap. I still have to perfect the team for Sethos, but I actually do like Sethos. Is it your favorite game? I guess so. Any game that I play is a game that I like enough to play, basically saying. I don't like each of the games that I play, I feel like they have their own strength. So I play for the good parts of it. Like Wua right now, I'm really digging the combat, the exploration as well. And the story is right now a little bit slow, but I feel like they're purposely building it. I feel like because the players who play the story in Wuthering Waves, they're so used to the it's not fast pace, but steadier pace in Star Rail and Genshin, so they expected the same pace with Wuthering Waves, but no. I love the dodge and parry mechanics. Oh, Naraka's like that too. I've thought of playing Naraka, but like it looked intimidating. Naraka looked intimidating. I do love the dodge and parry. Parry is harder for me, dodge is easier. I think it's like just because of my reaction is to avoid. That's my initial reaction. But I try to parry with the bosses more, because there's incentive to reduce their shield quite a bit with parry. Yeah. So at least with the Thundering Memphis and with the Crownless, I can get a few good parries in there. The rest, The rest is still a bit difficult. Especially the Dreamless, my lord. The Dreamless, I can just do my best to dodge, man. Hi, Geraldine. I'm gonna stop you right there. My channel is the last channel that you would want to advertise your services. Although, because just me specifically, I'm not talking about other small channels who might want to use your services, but I'm not one of them. I don't intend to be aggressive with my growth. I want it to be slow and natural because I like streaming is not my life. Streaming is fun for me, and I do it because it's fun. And if I want graphic services, you know, to make overlays and things like that, then when I feel like I need those services, I will seek those out on my own. But hope you have better luck in someone. No, sorry, like advertising your services like this on people's stream is not something I want to encourage. Actually, I feel like it's at least for me, it's a little bit disrespectful. Because it's like going to a clubhouse and saying it's like, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want this? You know, when that club or that community is specifically for people to come and hang out and talk about the things they love. They're not. At least for me, I don't want my chat to have these kind of people. So yeah, I hope you have better luck in your other avenues. I know why people choose this method. I sympathize. I really do. I sympathize with people doing freelancing because it's a lot of hard work putting yourself out there. But no, my streams is not the place for it. So yeah. So I hope you have a great day and take care of yourself. Yeah. Don't give up. You will find better avenues. Yeah.
It's time.
Ooh-wee. So yeah. I actually do have a I do actually have a Discord channel, Noob Gaming. I put the link in my Twitch. I think it's somewhere in chat if you can scroll back. And so I'm mostly going to use my Discord to update about my streams if I need to. And maybe share snippets here and there about myself. Yeah, Hiking is like a regular at this thing. Wait, what did you say? What did you say? You can pin it next time. I'll surely join. Yeah. Can I scroll back? And I scroll back. Okay, it's pinned. So unpin after 20 minutes.
Clear.
Yeah, so it's pinned now, so you can go see that if you like. I'm not going to spam my Discord a lot. It's mostly just to update news, but there's a couple of channels there where you can ask me questions or you can suggest some things for like the technical side of stream, or like some suggestions for stream, things I can try. So yeah, and yeah, like I will look into those things and see whether they're viable for my current setup or something that I can invest in. So yeah, so feel free. There's open chat there. You're not obligated to like, you know, I don't want it to be a place where people feel obligated to go to and talk. It's an open channel for people to communicate with me if they want to, and to share any ideas that they have for me to try and to research on. So yeah, it's, if anything, it's more like a community notice board. Yeah, so yeah, so feel free to follow and moving forward, all my stream updates will be there. I will stop updating. Should I stop? Maybe not for now, but I will update my streams there more frequently and more accurately. So if I have to cancel or anything in the middle of the week, then it's easy for me to do that too. So yeah. Oh, I unintentionally dodged that. Okay, so I think that's enough of me yapping. I need to go to bed. Oh gosh, I need to go to bed. So thank you so much for watching or listening to me yap. For those hanging out in the stream right now, I actually told my big story in the beginning of the stream, so you can like when the VOD comes out, we either on YouTube or on Twitch, you can watch like the first 30 to 40 minutes of me dramatizing my events that happened yesterday. So that's a little something if you guys want to find out why I'm hyped right now a little bit, even though it might not sound like it. But yes. Okay, so have a great day, everyone. If it's nighttime for you, rest well. You should go to bed. I should go to bed. If it's lunchtime for you, have a great meal. And my next stream will be on Thursday night, same time. I will be playing Honkai Star Rail, where I'll be grinding a little bit on the Divergent universe. Yes, because the system for the Divergent universe is so satisfying. It is so satisfying, and I want to play around with that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna end stream now. Thank you so much once again, and yes, have a good rest, everyone. Bye bye.